Once again, wish you a happy new year. And frankly, this is my first official work on the new year on January 1st, and then I'm very happy to connect with you on something that I'm not very comfortable. The video recording we have discussed this. This is not our core strength. It's good that we are connecting on something and on an exciting project.
Sure.
So, first question to you: what is this Coaching Unlimited Intensive?
See, Subhash, it's great to connect with you on the first of the year, and many happy. Very happy New Year to you too. Coaching Unlimited, taking coaching to the next level is a thought emanating from, practicing coaches' perspective. When we are certified, we are updated with our core competencies and raring to go. And 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, or 9 years, like me, into the coaching business, we tend to stray a bit away from the core competencies. After all, coaching is pure science, and it has its own, the undercurrents that is the core competencies that ICF way. So the thought was basically to re-anchor, reconnect, kind of a refresher for core competencies. And as we speak, ICF also, from the times that I got certified personally, ICF also have recodified and rearranged the core competencies. So it's an opportunity to connect back, re-anchor, refresh our core competencies so that we can coach to our best potential. That is the purpose of this intensive, and it is highly focused on ICF core competencies.
The core competency focused, it's a refresher, it is intensive. Yeah,
that's right.
So the question that comes to my mind is, the famous Simon Sinek question: why now?
Why now is a good question, and the other alternative question is, then when, right? Mm-hmm. So if not now, then when? I think it's very contextual for every coach practitioner. So somebody who is 3 years or 4 years into coaching practice would find it enormously valuable to go through this intensive once in a way. That's why this probably has the potential to repeat itself. So the Coaching Unlimited as a program, as an intensive, is not just one time. It has the potential to repeat itself as we go forward.
Sure. So it's more like the famous sharpening the saw, right? As somebody said, yeah.
That's right. Sure. That's right. Precisely. Yeah.
But I have a follow-up question on that, PK, because we have had this conversation for the bit of the listeners also to crystallize the concept. Mm-hmm. Is it that all coaches should go through? We have the CCEUs, ICF renewals, mm-hmm. but is it something that that is beyond the CCU and renewals, at the same time core competency focused?
That's something worth reflecting upon, because this is similar to our quality certifications that we do, maybe yes. The ESOs and various other certifications in the world. Something that is done at a mass scale will have its own impacts, its own characteristics. But when it comes to my coaching and my application of core competencies, that's where it becomes very personal. Any of the CCU programs which are, it's all valuable. I mean, it's not that that's not valuable. We need to take inputs from there. But here in a coaching intensive, when we are in a room with 15, 20 practicing coaches, sharing experiences, it's a co-learning experience that is more personal, more tailor-made. I have the possibility to make it as tailor-made as possible for my practice. So essentially, that's the difference, that probably I can think about that it is very, very personalized when it comes to my practice. So therefore, the core competency is in my practice context. So everyone will be able to apply that more, in a more effective way as an outcome of this intensive.
Sure. So, what also came up to me was also my niche, right? It's an area where you thrive. Yes. So it's very customized. And coaching, as we always discuss this, coaching is always personal, irrespective of all the fruits that is getting added to it. Coaching was and is always personal. I agree. So this should give that additional personal input. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So if I am a coach, practicing coach professionally, earning my bread and butter from this, and then I choose not to attend, what will I miss?
Rather, I would say what I would gain, and what by attending what I gain is priceless. What I miss, maybe that status quo. I think nothing right or wrong about these things, but it is about, am I doing my best to become the best coach that I can be? I think all of us need to answer this question possibly every day. Am I doing my level best to become the best coach that I can be? And the best coach that I can be is the potential, right? That is a potential. It needs to be unleashed. It doesn't happen automatically. It doesn't happen accidentally. It needs to be by design. And a lot of things that I do on a daily basis to keep myself abreast of, adding maximum value to my clients. This is one of them. To me, a coach choosing to attend this program will be gaining in terms of reconnecting to the core competencies, applying the science in a very different way, creating more perspectives, as well as new probably uncovering some of the blind spots. We tend to create some blind spots when we are into business of coaching for years. And I am very interested to participate in this because I know over the 9 years, there could be quite a bit of blind spots. I mean, which only a fellow coach or who is in that kind of an environment where we are each other non-judgmental and, adding value and learning mode will be able to bring out. And I think this will uncover a lot of blind spots. I'm looking at that. That is something that I would like to look at as a gaining rather than being missed out. Yeah.
That's very classical coach giving the positively stated, right? As Sir John Whitmore says. Yeah, very, very well said. So I know for the benefit of the listeners, PK is an avid traveler, photographer, blogger. I don't know. There are multiple elements to travel that he does, and his Facebook page, Touring with PK, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Touring with PK is a must check. So PK, Yelagiri. Why Yelagiri of all the places?
Wow, Yelagiri is a fantastic place. We have been to a lot of hill stations. All of us would have gone to the famous ones. And the famous ones are beautiful, but it has its own characteristics. Yelagiri is an obscure, not so well-known, not much frequented, place, which is easily accessible from Bengaluru and Chennai. It's almost on a midway. It's around 4 hours drive from each location, maybe from Chennai, 5 hours. So this place is is well located in that sense, easily accessible from the highway, and then it creates, or it gives all the elements that one would look at for enhancing the learning mode or a learning mood of participants. It has the forest, it has hills, it has valleys, it has beautiful cliff views, waterfalls, lakes, whatever you expect to see in a typical hill station. It's blessed with all of that, with lesser people knowing about it or visiting that place. So it has its own that charm, still able to have that charm of a beautiful hill station. And for an intensive like this, which is very focused on coaching core competencies, a little bit of breakout into the nature, to the lap of the nature, such as a leisurely walk or a nature park visit, or a cliff view point visit, or some of these leisure activities add to enhance the experience, overall experience of the participants. So that's why we thought of Yelagiri as a location, and it gives you the right balance between the learning, which is hardcore learning, and a bit of networking opportunity over this the leisurely times. And the participants are all going to be, or participants are the practicing coaches. So it affords an opportunity to do power networking, as well as in the lap of the nature, enhancing our potential to learn better. Yeah,
absolutely. So no, it helps to unwind, collaborate. Yeah, I agree. And I think less commercial also compared to the other hill stations around. And for the benefit of listeners, the venue that we have shortlisted is also a place which has a good track record, proven, and also good food. Something that I'm personally looking
That's
forward
true.
to.
The location that we have chosen, Yelagiri, is a very friendly place, and the food is excellent. So it has all the healthy elements that goes into a very, very effective learning process overall. Hi Subhash, this Coaching Unlimited Intensive seems a great concept for practicing coaches, and looking really forward to go through this and reconnect with our coaching core competencies. Can you just let us know, as a practicing coach, what will be my takeaways? If you could just highlight 3 or 4 key takeaways that I can look forward to.
Sure. So we have consciously chosen to stay very focused on core competencies. Core competencies from a practicing coach's point of view, because all of us are going to be experienced coaches. So we are not going to dwell much on theory, but we are going to brush up our theory. We are also going to look at the new set of 8 competencies. Remember, it was 11 before. It has also undergone some minor changes. We're also going to look at the new one, the new CC2, which is coaching mindset. So there's a lot of focus on revisiting the coaching competencies. Equal amount of time on practice, because as practicing coaches, I think we learn maximum by practicing. Number 3, we have lined up a few case studies, real life case studies, which are going to be discussed. We're going to analyze it, what went well, what could have been done better. So we're going to have some roundtables around that case studies. The idea is to sharpen that particular muscle, or strengthen that muscle of coaching ability. Yeah. So this is some of the elements, and if some tools come up, we might discuss. But we are going to go beyond the tools also from our point of view, unless some questions are asked. And final point, it's going to be a collective learning. It's not just some of us are going to, we are going to hold the space, we are going to facilitate, we are going to track everything, because we also applied for CCEU. So there are some compliance related matters that we'll look at, but at the same time, it's going to be a pure learning from an intensive point of view. These are some of the key takeaways.